If you're a naturalist, you're in the countryside a lot, you'll usually find that you will need a pocket knife. And now there's obviously an ordinary small pocket knife is very useful always for anybody, could be for any reason, from being a chef to just being a person who smokes and wants to cut tobacco, or just to have one to cut string or whatever, or if you're a gardener. But if you're a naturalist, there are certain things that a pocket knife is pretty much vital for, and I advise you to get a pocket knife that is somewhere along. If you're getting something good quality, get one of these Swiss Army knives and get the one. This is the farmer model, and it has a very sharp main blade, but it's not very pointy, which is good, and can be useful for picking things up like that. If you just want to lift a leaf, or if you want to lift an insect, it could be very useful because it has a wide blade, leaf blade as they call it. But it also has this extremely useful saw, and the quality is incredible on these little knives. Bear in mind they were originally issued to the Swiss Army, but if you look at this is a strong piece of Escalonia, which is the shrub that you see everywhere. But look at that. It's very, very sharp, and it only takes a few seconds to go through very hard timber. And there you go, and it's very clean as well, if you just look at that. And that's just a close-up. The blade isn't too long, it's about the length of your finger, but it's incredibly sharp. It's also very useful for getting in. You couldn't get an ordinary bow saw in under a fence. I rescued a dog with one of these once. The dog got his head stuck in a fence, and I heard him yowling, and I was able to cut away part of the fence and keep the dog calm with the little blade on it. Now this is a new one, it's not, I just got it ready to show what it can do. Another thing that's very handy is an awl, and you get some of these knives, these very good awls for drilling into timber. So it can be for just drilling into something like that. But I find them very handy if you want to actually if you have a jam jar and you want to make some holes, and the size of the hole is dependent on how deep into the jam jar or into the lid you press. Now I've made some little holes in this one already, but if I want to make one like that, there you go, there's a very big hole, or I can make a very small one like that. So it just depends. And you get different kinds of awls depending. This is more of the army type one. The blade is extremely sharp on these knives. It's very useful if you want to, say, make something and put into the ground, like a stake or something, to hold something up. Look at this. It's very sharp. It's only a little knife, but it's not tiny. But it's very, very good. You can sharpen it like it's a pencil almost. So you could probably sharpen a pencil pretty well with it as well, if that's what you're drawing or anything. But if you want to get something sharp enough, always cut away from yourself, as you can see, as I'm doing. And you can just put that down into the ground like that, or it'll go down good and sharp. So that's one of the many things you can do with one of these knives, which are very useful. And of course they have all the usual uses as well. But do remember, they are sharp, they are tools, not toys.